Now let's talk about INVEST. The acronym INVEST is used to verify that everyone understands the story and that the team can begin working on it. Here's what each letter stands for in INVEST. The I is for independent. The team can implement the solution independent of other stories, and the team must split technical dependencies as much as possible. This requires creativity, problem-solving skills, and agile technical practices, for example, refactoring. The N is for negotiable. The scope of work must be flexible and not rigid like the traditional requirement specification. Moreover, story solutions aren't restricted but open for discussion and collaboration with development team responsible for finally deciding about technical implementation. And the V stands for valuable. The story's business value, the why, must be clear to everyone. The why doesn't have to be from a user's perspective. It can address a customer's business need without giving a direct valuable outcome to the end user. All stories should be associated with clear business goals. However, a story doesn't have to be a solo marketable feature. The E stands for estimable. The team needs to understand the story adequately to estimate the work's complexity and the effort needed for delivering the story as a potentially shippable functionality increment. Nevertheless, the team doesn't need to understand all the implementation details to be able to estimate the user story. The S stands for small. The item has to be small enough to make it possible for the team to deliver a potentially shippable functionality increment within a particular sprint. In fact, every item on a product backlog should be made smaller as it gets close to the top. That's why the Scrum team needs to do the backlog refinement. And the T stands for testable. The entire team has to understand and agree on how to verify the story's completion. One way of determining this is by defining done. If everyone concurs that it's possible to implement the story in a manner that meets their current definition of done, including the acceptance tests within a single sprint, then the story is testable. You can apply the INVEST criteria for any product backlog item, including the ones not written as user stories. Note that you can derive your initial product backlog from a product roadmap or a vision board. In this class, we will concentrate on the latter. Now that you know some basics about product backlogs and user stories, we're going to learn about product vision and how to use it to create a product backlog in our next topic.